Severe tropical storm Florita exited the Philippine area of responsibility, leaving behind severe floods and heavy damage to agriculture up north. The Social Welfare Department will start handing out educational cash assistance with the help of the Interior Department later this week. And ABSCBN and TV5 have agreed to put their investment deal on hold in order to clarify issues raised by lawmakers and state regulators. Focused and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. The province of Cagayan is reeling from the impact of severe tropical storm Florita. Let's get an update from Laila Pangilinan, who's reporting to us from on the ground in Cagayan City. Laila, how is the province of Cagayan doing?
Sean, severe tropical storm Florita has left the Philippine area of responsibility, but damages to infrastructure here in Cagayan are very evident. There are roads that are unpassable, as well as bridges that have been sunken because of Florita. Motorists were not able to pass by some roads in the province after trees fell due to Florita's onslaught. Some bridges, including Kapatan Overflow Bridge, also remain closed since it is still submerged in water. There are also no electricity in some parts of the areas here in Cagayan. Clearing operations are still ongoing. Water level in the Cagayan River also subsided to 7 meters as of 4 p.m. Aside from the ongoing dredging in the river, the provincial government of Cagayan has urged neighboring provinces to plant trees to avoid flooding. Cagayan Governor Manuel Mamba said that a massive reforestation is needed. So far, over 12,000 individuals or 3,600 families were affected by severe tropical storm the severe tropical storm here in Cagayan. Over 2,000 families are still staying in the evacuation centers. But Sean, hopefully, as per the PDRRMO, once these residents have finished cleaning their houses as long as they've finished cleaning their houses, it is expected that these evacuees will be returning back to their homes tomorrow. As for the electricity issues, the Cagelco or the Cagayan Electric Company has promised that power they will be bringing back the power within the day. That's the latest here, Sean. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much for that update. Reporting to us live from Cagayan City in Cagayan, that was Laila Pangilinan. Thank you, Laila. And in Bulacan, residents of flood-prone Hagonoy are now asking their local officials to come up with long-term solutions for the frequent flooding in the area. Mon Gualvez with the report.
Houses and roads submerged in floods. This has been a common scene for residents in Barangay San Miguel, Hagonoy, Bulacan, even if there's no storm.
Siyempre, natatakot din kami. Baka bukas pagising namin, malaki pa dyan yung tubig. Yung bahay namin, mababa lang, linulubog ng tubig.
Sanay na ho kami sa ganitong kalagayan. Marami tayong mga government officials na nagsasabi, natutulong sa ating mga mamamayan. Pero mulat sa pulho, ganito na ho aming kalagayan.
Marita's family had to take matters into their own hands by elevating their house. This is now the third time they've done this to prevent their home from being flooded.
Kung hindi ka magpapataas, kawawa yung mga bata, lalo pag may estudyante. Malaki-laki na rin po ang nagastos. Dahil ito, hindi pa gaanong tapos, talagang magastos.
Flooding has been a long-term problem here in Hagonoy, which worsens when there's a typhoon or heavy rainfall.
Kaya po mabagal yung pagkati ng tubig kasi po dala nung yung bagyo, hangin, hindi po siya makadire-diretso ng pagbaba sa dagat. So napipigil po, and then yun nga po, umulan. So kaya po tuloy-tuloy yung paglaki.
Residents in Hagonoy have also adjusted with their mode of transportation. This is what they call tikling, or an elevated version of the tricycle. It's more than a meter higher compared to an ordinary one, which enables it to drive through floods of even up to waist height. Passengers have to pay an additional 5 to 10 pesos when riding the Tikling. The local government explains that the high tide in Hagonoy starts every May and June and lasts until January. This happens when upland dams such as Angat and Ipo release water. The water flows down to Pampanga River going to different towns including Hagonoy. And once high tide takes place in Manila Bay, Hagonoy is immediately affected. Roads in the area have been elevated but the homes are still left submerged. There's also a garbage disposal problem in the municipality.
Yung kailugan namin na pati yung mga sapa ay talaga pong mga kumbaga bahaw na. So pag ito po yung mahuhukay, so magkakaroon po ng magiging malalim na tubig sa ilog, sa kailugan. So yung pumupunta pong mga tubig sa karsada, dito na pumapupunta sa kailugan. So mababawasan po yung tubig sa karsada.
The LGU is now calling on the provincial and national government for additional budget to continuously dredge the river and build the dike. For News 5, Mon Gualvez, we are One News.
In other news, the National Telecommunications Commission insists that ABS-CBN needs to secure clearance before investing in TV5. In a House panel meeting earlier today, NTC Commissioner Gamaliel Cordoba said the Lopez-led network still has a pending case in relation to its pay-per-view services.
Kung ito po ay itutuloy ng TV5, ang kanila pong transaction with ABS-CBN, then we would ask for the said clearances to be submitted to the NTC before we can approve po the commercial agreement that they entered into.
Meanwhile, the Philippine Competition Commission said that it could still initiate its own review, even while it acknowledged that the networks are not required to notify them about the deal. Both ABS-CBN and MediaQuest, the parent company of TV5, have agreed to put a pause on closing preparations to give both media organizations time to address these issues.
ABS-CBN does not need to notify us as a matter of obligation, but two, they can voluntarily notify us of their transaction. Now, if they don't voluntarily notify us, we can nonetheless, in the Commission, exercise our motu proprio review powers of their transaction.
We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Gilas youth bowed out to Lebanon in the quarterfinals of the FIBA Under-18 Asian Championships, 99-83. The Lebanese team led by as many as 37 points behind stellar defense and hot shooting from deep. Brian Mansour led Lebanon with 28 points, including 6 threes. The loss means that the Gilas youth are out of the World Cup as only the top 4 teams are qualified. Leading scorer Mason Amos, who averaged 24 points in the 3 elimination games, was limited to just 11. And here's a quick look at today's other top stories. The Social Welfare Department has formally tapped the Interior Department for help with the distribution of educational aid. The DILG will provide logistical assistance, and the DSWD will oversee the payout to avoid patronage. The payout schedule is on all Saturdays until September 24. Supermarkets are asking Malacanang for help to secure enough sugar supply so that they can sell at the suggested retail price of 70 pesos per kilo. The Philippine Amalgamated Supermarkets Association says suppliers have not been able to provide smaller grocery stores with the necessary sugar supply. For now, only major supermarket chains are able to lower the price of household sugar to 70 pesos a kilo. And the Supreme Court has set the 2022 bar examinations on November 9, 13, 16, and 20. Associate Justice Alfredo Benjamin Caguiwa says it will still be in digital format following the success of last year's exams. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.